Okay, let's go and do some ranked games with a random character and see what we're going to get today. And it looks like we are playing the adventure, rocking the Bag of Giving. So this is going to be a chaos run for sure. Speaking of chaos run, how about we craft up a shovel for now? We also got a deck of cards. We also got healing herbs, which I'm going to be grabbing healing herbs. We definitely want to grab the garlic den as well. As for the shields, I don't necessarily want it. As for the deck of cards, I also don't really want it. Do we save our 9 goals? You know what I'm going to. We're going to have a high chance to lose this round. But it's not a bad setup with double weapons, with a garlic, and some regen. But it's going to be enough to take out this pyromancer. Now, lucky for us, they have no weapon. You've got a little bit of spikes, a little bit of regen, which leads to no weapon. Yeah, we're going to be able to win out. Although we are running out of stamina. And if they had a single weapon, I'm pretty sure we probably actually would have lost this round. Definitely so, and that's a crazy bag. Because it gives us gloves, it gives us a lucky pig, and it gives us a rat chef bar, and power stacking, and stamina. Now we could take the wolf badge to try and go for some berserker items, but I want to keep our bag of giving. And with that, I think I'm going to move on with this. We're going to keep our shovel in, we're going to get some scaling damage with the eye lamp, we're going to have a rat chef be targeted by our gloves, and we're going to have our lucky pig target our shovel so we have an increased chance to inflict that blinds. Almost a 50%, well 44.8% to be exact. Inflict some blinds, and since we're going to be speeding up, it should be pretty good. We also have a chance to inflict some cold as well. There's going to be a debuff inflicting adventure shovel, and a rat chef should be able to scale up some empower for it. With some stamina, so it should be pretty darn sweet. Hell yeah. And it does give us a big old mana pot. With heavy drinking of all things. So we can take that. You're going to be free monies, lots of gemstones, which could be kind of nice. Well, we're going to be selling this. It should be take heavy drinking since it is on sale with the mana pot. It will stack up our max life for us. You know what? I will take it. But speaking of amazing, Hunger Blade, I'm going to be definitely crapping. As for on sale Recon Bob later, I'm going to hold on to it for now. Maybe we can offer up some craziness, but I'm going to hold on to it for now because I really do want this Hunger Blade. All these gemstones I'm going to be holding on to as well. But at least with our heavy drinking, we're going to be stacking up some max life. It does give us mana, which we're not going to be able to use right now, but we could end up going for some big mana buff bombs, which could be a lot of fun. But our opponent does have some little short bows with a wooden sword, and yeah, it's not too bad for us. We almost have double our opponent's max life and smash it. What have we got for us? Freaking crits! Hell yeah, what a tiny bit of storage. Not bad. For now, I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell our 2 red rubies. Unfortunately, to go ahead and grab our bit of storage. Acorn color is kind of nuts. On Silver Bob later, do we actually keep it or do we offer it up? Because we could offer up some gemstones along with it. I also kind of want to craft this up into a bigger or bluer gemstone. And if we're going for a Hunger Blade, this is literally going to be some regen first, so it wouldn't make sense to actually offer that up. A little bit of luck will scale up our crits, but we could offer that up as well. Am I crazy for offering that up? I'm going to offer up these. Let's get going. This could be a lot of heal reduction in a helmet though. So it is a bit wild to be getting rid of it. But I'm kind of down for it. Kind of down for it. Let's inflict our debuffs. Let's go ahead and get our regen. Let's go ahead and get our empower. Let's see how much crit chance we do have. 16.8% since our lucky pig is going to be targeting as well. And so far, not looking too bad. Your opponent is going to be starting to get a lot of empower with their ones. And that could be troublesome because it's going to be a lot of damage, but amazing. Not too bad. What do you got for us? Okay, another freaking eye lamp within Nature's Chronicles. Using a regen to gain luck and spikes. That's going to scale up our crits, which I do like quite a bit. We also got a health pot. So should we go for a strong health pot on top of it? Makes a lot of sense to me. Definitely makes a lot of sense. Take a eye lamp for that scaling damage. Nature's Chronicles again. Would be nice. We'll use up all our regen, but we would be scaling up our spike as well our crits. Let's take our set of blueberries as well. Don't necessarily want the dagger, but I think I'm happy enough rocking on with this. Definitely so. So we are going to use up whatever regen we do have to scale up our crits. It's also going to give us a little bit of chippy damage with some spikes. But each bit of luck is going to be quite a bit of crit. 5 is going to be 28% crit chance, so it's going to be nice. Our frying pan, or I was going to say frying pan, our shovels should have 2 eye lamps scaling up the damage. You do some big old damage. But that's any Excalibur on our opponent's side. With the Wolf Badge, do get some damage reduction. And it was just enough. We left him on 5 HP. It was just enough to win out. Which is crazy insane. We also get a Gin Slam. Gin Slam is going to be nice. Is it really going to be that nice? To be honest, I'm not sure if it is. But I'm going to sell Nature's Chronicle. It will be some scaling and luck for us. But I want to grab our Hunger Blade this round. Especially more regen, especially another strong Hellbot could go a long way as well. But do we sell our Gin Slam? Yeah, I'm going to sell it. Let's grab our Hunger Blade. Let's sell a Garlic to go ahead and grab this bit of storage. 2. So do we want to hold on to another potion, or do we want to just roll on with these 2 potions? I think if anything, we do want to grab our bit of regen, but let's get going. I'm not going to take that extra potion. Our Rat Shift should be going pretty fast, giving us a regen, giving us some power, and having a second weapon to deal some damage is going to be really, really nice. I also put this Amethyst inside our Hunger Blade, so it has a 50% chance to remove some buffs from our opponents. Our opponent is also going to be removing our buffs with that Boomerang. We got lots of heals, lots of max life stacking, and stamina with that. Level up is crazy insane for the adventure. Definitely so. However, we're starting to deal some big old damage, and it's not looking too bad for us. Our Shovel putting in a lot of work, and that Vampirism definitely putting in some work for us too. So overall amazing. And we could try to go for Turbo Shelly, but I'm going to sell Shelly. I'm going to sell you 2. I'm going to sell a little Shard Bow. Let's go ahead and grab you, see what's going to be. Amulet of Life is actually amazing. Definitely so. Cheese is going to be stacking max life for us. We could go Cheese Gooberts. Let's go ahead and grab you. Am I crazy for not taking the cheese? Maybe I'm. Sell the garlic. Sell this. Let's grab that cheese, because it's going to be more regen by having a food item in beside a Rat Chef anyway. But yeah, let's get going once again now. The Amulet of Life is going to give us more heals, which is going to be smashing. And we should be able to scale up some max life, but also trigger Rat Chef just a little bit faster too. Give us our stamina, give us our power, and scaling up more max life with our mana pot with our cheese is kind of crazy. 141 max life. Also, how fast is this actually triggered? 3.7. Now it could give us mana, it could also give us a regen. And we're starting to deal some big old damage, which is amazing. We do get our life back. Now we do have a choice to make. And that is a freaking Squirrel Archer. It is trying to give us a Fedora on sale. It's also giving us a Ukulele, but it's giving us a Turtle too. But we could take the scale right now. And the scale is going to scale up our mana and our regen, depending on which we have less of, which could be kind of fun too. Turtle I have no interest in. Fedora will give us our starting luck, give us crit chance off the get-go. Fedora is also just a crazy good skill in my opinion. Or the Ukulele will give us a chance to duplicate our buffs, increase our healing. So we could just go for a crazy healing Ukulele type build with a bunch of Hunger Blades potentially. But I kind of want to go for scale, but it is on full sale, so I'm going to sell our armor and I'm going to take the Ukulele. I think the Ukulele is going to be really, really awesome for us. Potentially. Maybe. Ice Block I don't necessarily want. Goobling I'm going to sell. We can increase the chance we duplicate our buffs with Ukulele. We'll sell this little Topaz to go ahead and grab ourselves a Stamina Sack. Placing this in over that side so we can have our Rat Chef back in. Now the Squirrel Archer will steal buffs. It's going to be kind of nice, but I don't know if I really do want to. So we'll be selling to roll one more time. You, however, I will be gladly taking. Amulet of Fortune will give us increased chances to duplicate our buffs. It'll also increase our chance, our crit chance. But it's kind of nice to keep as well. But grabbing ourselves a Prismatic Orb this early, giving us a Vampirism, giving us some stacking buffs. Doesn't that sound amazing? Yeah, I'm going to sell it, I'm going to take it. We get some mana, we get some Vampirism, and with that we're going to venture on. We are facing a cheesy Gooberts with a Ripsaw Blade, with a Poison Spirit. They're going to be inflicting a lot of poison on us. We'll see if we're going to be able to survive this. We're going to have lots of damage. We should be able to get some heals. We should have 40% healing amplification by just having the Amulet and a freaking Ukulele. Our opponent does have a lot of scaling max life and some damage reduction, but that damage reduction has ended. And we should be able to deal some big old damage. With the crazy amount of buffs we do have, yeah, we should definitely be able to win out. Because our opponent does have stacked up a lot of poison on themselves and amazing. With our strong Hellbot, we do cleanse a lot of poison, and holy moly, that is a freaking Moon Armor. Giving us mana out of wazoo. along with a freaking Cat's Companion. For some more crits. And a power stack it. How do we not take it? Right? I'm thinking about getting rid of a shovel. Getting rid of a shovel, just focusing on a Hunger Blade, which might be a bit of a misplay. Maybe. We should be able to get lots of block. We should be able to get lots of mana. And I'm going to sell it. I'm going to take our Cat's Companion, which we're not going to be able to put in just yet. I'm going to sell this to roll one more time. And how about just more freaking acorn collars? We could also grab ourselves a Prismatic Wands for crazy empower with a stamina stack. So now I'm thinking about actually putting in our Cat's Companion, because you're going to give us more crits. It's going to give us some power, and once we do trigger anything that uses mana, which is going to be our cat, we should be able to activate our big mana pot. And we should be in a pretty good spot to get a ton of damage from here. So with that, let's go ahead and get moving. Definitely want all these items. Let's get moving. Let's see what we can do with this. Can we get crazy damage on a single Hunger Blade? We are facing a Bloodthorn with Bloody Harvester, which is going to be insane vampirism. But are we going to be able to keep up with this? Because that is crazy amount of value our opponent does have. And unfortunately, not looking like so. Definitely not. However, how about we just get a straight Mana Thirst? Of all things to get, it literally gives us the perfect item. Isn't that insane? Now, we got a choice to make. False Life, Guard Power Skill, or the Echo and Battle Cry. Echo and Battle Cry can trigger star battle effects, being our Moon Armor. Also, our Prismatic Orb, so we can get some craziness, but I also want to just go for False Life 2 though. False Life is going to give us some overhealing, so I'm going to be taking it for sure. We also get a Paradise Barb to duplicate our buffs, which I do want to take quite a bit. We're going to sell the gloves though. We're going to sell the gloves. We're going to sell some red rubies and a flame to go ahead and grab a bit of storage. Right now we do want our Mana Thirst in also. Being in here, we're going to get a lot of mana for ourselves. Now I think we're going to get rid of our cheese. I do want to take our wands. Do we still want to craft up this Prismatic Orb? Because starting off with 10 mana, I'm going to take our wands. And I really do actually want to go, as crazy as this sounds, for that Prismatic Orb. Into that Prismatic Wand, I should say. Yeah, let's definitely move on. Now, we did take out some of our luck, so our crits is not going to be too great, but our Cat's Companion does give us a bunch of luck. We almost have a big mana buff bomb. If we had a Mana Orb, that would be insane. But our Mana Thirst is going nuts, stacking up our mana. We do get some block by having these sapphires into our armor. That's looking much better for ourselves, hell yeah. And what a crazy items to get. It's literally give us insane items, because this bag is going to refund the mana we do use. This is also going to refund the mana we do use too. Being on our Prismatic ones, we're going to use up a lot of mana, so it is going to be incredibly fantastic. It's also going to refund some of the regen that we're going to be using with our Hunger Blade too. Now for Claws Attack, I'm going to sell. I don't necessarily want to add it in. I do want to grab our little protectable purse. We can add in some blueberries over beside our Moon Armor to try and get as much block as possible. Let's add in some regen. And yeah, I still want to grab our Acorn Collar. Now I would like to grab a Blue Sage's Collar. I'd love to grab one single Mana Orb. Maybe I can't take it. Maybe I do need to roll looking for some Mana Orbs. But this should be kind of nuts, because once we do get 20 mana, we're going to be using our Prismatic Wand to stack up insane amount of buffs for us, insane amount of power, and we're going to be refunding quite a bit of it as well. Our opponent does have a lot of damage with Impractically Large Greatsword, but can we keep up? That's some big old damage coming from us, and amazing. Definitely so. Now, I'm going to be selling you, I'm also going to be selling you two with this as well. Let's go ahead and grab our crates. Let's roll. And we can go for some big red collars. Actually, if we've been wanting to keep, but I'm going to sell for now. And I do want to craft this guy up. Let's roll again. And I also want this bit of storage. Now, do we want to grab ourselves this fanfare? Maybe. I'm going to sell the carrot, and I kind of want to sell this, even though it's going to be regen. With this too, and let's go ahead and grab you for now. But yeah, let's get going once again. So we should have relatively fast scaling crits. 46% off the get-go, which is 2 luck, since our cat is going to give us some crits. And yeah, it should be pretty good. Just one single Mana Orb and we can explode everything, but we should have crazy amounts of lifesteal once we get a red color. And our opponent is dealing some big old damage, but hell yeah. Now, how much DPS do we have? In terms of DPS, we only have a 35 DPS at the moment, being our Mana Thirst doing the vast majority of it, with a Hunger Blade and our Spikes. In terms of heals, almost 46 healing per second, and in terms of max life, almost 30 max life gained. In terms of block, 244 block, being our ship sapphire, being our moon armor, our regular sapphire, all stacking up some block first. Wait, the hell not do we just move on? Now, the crazy thing is, we actually got 2 of the perfect items right here to craft up a Devouring Spear. This is actually going to give us a lot of scaling vampirism. As for the dagger ring, we're going to sell it. As for the big old banana, we're going to sell it. I do want to keep our hog rune to deal some big old damage. We also need our attack speed on our mana turret. Maybe get rid of a little bit of heals. Let's go and grab you and let's sell this to go in and grab this too. And I really want to craft this up pretty badly, to be honest. I think for this round, we're actually just going to craft it up. And with that, let's go to move on. Actually, before we do move on, I did want to craft up our red collar. Yeah, just moving a little bit too fast. Didn't see it until the very end because the second red collar will be nice, but then again, having a separate collar does scale up our crits on our luck. We're not stacked on having vampirism. We're going to have a 100% crit chance whether the opponent takes our vampirism, whether they take our luck. But it should be good. We should have basically 50% lifesteal on how much luck we do have. Every hit is going to heal us back to full, and we're overhealing like crazy right now. And we should be able to deal some big old damage with our Hunger Blade, with our Hawk Rune. Our opponent does have invulnerability, but it's not going to matter too much. We have crazy buffs and amazing. Definitely so. It also gives us a freaking dragon with a chessboard. What the hell are we going to do with that? You know what? I'm still going to craft it up. Let's sell you it. Let's go and grab a bit of storage. We want a dragon. Do we want to keep this spectral dagger? Probably not, right? Let's sell it. Let's keep going. More storage I will gladly take. Now, maybe we should take our bag of giving as we roll to try and just find ourselves more mana orbs. Or at least 1 mana orb. Let's sell you. Don't really want the chessboard, to be honest. And let's take it out again. Let's roll one more time. And with that, let's just move on once again. But our opponent does have a crazy amount of heal reduction on us, which is not going to be so great, but we do stack up a little bit of block once we do stack up a lot of mana for ourselves. With that double axe, it's going to be doing lots and lots of damage, which could be troublesome, but we also deal a lot of damage as well. It's amazing. Definitely so. Now, speaking of amazing, that is Cuberts. Can we even fit in Cuberts? Because our setup right now is pretty tough to move in. If you move it to this side, we probably could actually. But then again, we would lose a lot of block. We also need to move this out, to be honest. And we could actually move our mana turrets down in this spot and then take our Cubert and place it in here. And we got a rat again. Do we sell a rat? I'm going to sell it along with our little red ruby. Actually, go ahead and take Cuberts. We're going all in on Cuberts. Why didn't I sell our wooden sword? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And by adding in Cuberts, we should be in a pretty good spot because we're going to increase the chances that we can get our region stacked up as much as possible. We're also going to be trying to get some power stacked up from it too. Our stacking up regen means we're going to get our Hunger Blade to stack up our Vampirism really, really nicely. It also means if we get tons and tons of regen, we can turn it into empower for ourselves. Also, we also got ourselves another strong health bot, which we could keep if we want to, or we can sell. I'm going to sell it because I do want to grab ourselves this fanny pack to try and speed up our moon armor just a little bit more. I'm going to roll again though, and I kind of want to grab ourselves another undead fan armor. But let's get moving. This should be pretty crazy. We could be in a really, really great spot. Now, our opponent does have a heavy drinking vampiric bot, which we could have also went for. But I do like keeping our heavy drinking. We got crazy amounts of regen, we got crazy amounts of power. Opponent is dealing lots of damage though. They have lots and lots of buffs too. And unfortunately, they do actually win out. However, we did get ourselves a freaking shield. A sun shield. Am I crazy to sell it? Maybe. I do want to grab this, however. Another Amulet of Life is amazing for us. We could take the ice block. I'm going to roll though. I'm going to roll again. And with that, I'm just going to venture on. I think this should be pretty decent, potentially, hopefully. I mean, we're not going to be able to hit anything. Burning Banner's new buff is kind of crazy. It's 20 cold or 20 blind on us, 25 blinds, especially with the time molting. Yeah, we need to stack up a lot of luck to actually just be able to hit our opponent. Now, our Mana Thirst accuracy is not going to be too bad, but our Hunger Blade is going to have 0% accuracy, even with 2 eye lamps on it. We are still dealing some big old damage. We got crazy amounts of power. And our accuracy is actually scaling back up again, 60%, and amazing. Definitely so. Now, speaking of amazing, puzzle bag improvements. With a badge rune, we can actually place this into our armor. Take less damage during battle rage, or we could increase the speed on our mana thirst relatively fast. However, I'm going to still roll. We could try to grab ourselves a second Hunger Blade. If you craft up a Rat Chef, we probably could go for another Hunger Blade. But I think for now, I'm just going to venture on with this. I think we're going to venture on. Actually, what we should do is we sell our Stamina Sack. We move a rat. We take our deck of cards because the deck of cards is going to give us 2 luck off the rip. Give us more lifesteal off the rip. And it should be awesome. Now that is going to be an insane amount of lifesteal on the Blood Turn. We'll see if we're going to be able to keep up because they got crazy amounts of Vampirism. They got some crazy potions and they got some birds to make that Blood Turn go crazy. During battle rage, we take a lot less damage, give us time to get our heals stacked up, time to get in power, and it's not looking too bad. Our opponent does get that lifesteal, stop us from lifesteal. I say, yeah, we should be able to deal some big old damage. We got crazy buffs, and it's going to be a super long fight because we both have false life with lifesteal. That's 63 in power, almost 2000 max life. Hell yeah, and it's still going and smashing. Cubert definitely putting in the work for us. Now, I'm going to sell our little Burning Blade. Poison Flask I'm going to sell too, and that is a wonky snowman, which is nice. Now we can also stack up even more regen with the Scripture of Light. But I do want to grab a wonky snowman. Sell a rat. And add this in because that's going to be a little bit of colds, increasing the speed on our Devouring Spear, also slowing down our opponents, also just stopping our opponent from scaling up a lot of max life. Let's sell you. Do we grab the Scripture? I mean, it will be using up our mana to give us a regen. We can go infinite regen stacking. I'm going to take it. Let's sell this Blue Gemstone to keep rolling. And we could use a Jin Slam, but let's sell this Gemstone to keep rolling. Let's sell this Red Ruby to roll again. And let's sell our Shiny Shell to roll once more. This is exactly what I'm looking for. But I did want to add in our little Topaz for a little bit of stamina. But this is it. This is going to be finable. Is it going to be good enough to win out? We'll have to see. We're going to slow it down. We are facing a Cupcake Gooberts, again with more lifesteal. With the Prismatic ones, they also got the Shielded, which is going to be eating up all our stamina. But our stamina consumption isn't too bad. Definitely not. Now, are we going to be able to keep up with opponents? Maybe. They're going to get tons and tons of Vampirism. But again, we're going to get tons of Vampirism. We're going to get tons of regen. We're going to get infinite mana scaling. And we're going to get crazy in power. Because also, whenever our Prismatic one does use 5 mana, we're going to get some mana back, which is going to be nuts. And it's not looking too bad. Definitely not. With our Cubert, we also stack up crazy buffs and amazing. We actually ended up with about 100 DPS. Our opponent's DPS ended up being almost 80 DPS. In terms of heals, we did end up with how much heals? 180 healing per second being our red colors. And then we managed to get about 160 max life gain per second because of false life, literally overhealing, just healing us back to full HP. In terms of block, 252 block, and honestly ended up being a super fun build. And it wasn't a bad chaos run for sure. Now, grabbing 1 mana orb, we didn't find a mana orb, but finding 1 mana orb would have been amazing. But hey, with this right 4 days left, let's go to see just how much rank points we managed to get. We're ranking us back up to Masters once again. Hell yeah. But I am going to have to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing. And I hope you'll look for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back to some round 18 fights, and we're going to see how we can deal with some other builds. Is this going to be good enough to win it with our Cuberts? Giving us a crazy amount of power with some crazy amounts of regen. And using our regen to give us Vampirism. Potentially. Our opponent's also dealing some big old damage. They got infinite spike gains. And can we win out? Hell yeah, we can. Now, can we deal with a Staff Fire Adventure? Again, Adventure is crazy insane. Maybe. They got a Crow to speed everything up as well. They're going to be trying to flick some debuffs with a Poison Dragon, but that's literally about it. And we already have a 1200 max life, so we should definitely be able to win out. Definitely so. Hell yeah. And are we going to be able to survive, again, a big Poison Smelly Wall type build? It's going to be a lot of Poison on us. Now, the good thing is they only have 1 strong demonic flask. If it was more, I would be crazy scared, but that's still 140 poison. The only thing is, that invulnerability stopped us from overhealing. We could be in trouble, but every hit is going to heal us pretty much back to full. But I have no doubt we're going to be able to win this one. Even with 200 poison on us, their potion does go off, stopping our healing for quite a bit too. And amazing, we do still end up winning, hell yeah.